So we need to go ahead and get this cleaned out before our goats come next week. It is iced coffee season for sure. It is also gardening season, and I have a whole lot more of that to do. So I'll let you come along while we fill this window box over at the barn. I put in this window box. I actually got this last year at the end of the summer for like, I think $8 at Aldi. And when I looked on Amazon, they were like 60. So really good deal. I went ahead and got it. And I put it here under the windows. Obviously, there are some smells associated with the chicken coop, which attracts flies. So my hope is to plant some marigolds and herbs and things that will hopefully prevent flies from going in there as much. Don't know how well it's gonna work, but I thought I'd try, plus it's really, really cute. Not sure how well this camera's gonna work here, but we'll try. Hopefully you'll be able to see what we're doing here and maybe part of my face. There, how's that? You wanna put dirt in there? Yeah. How about we pick up a bag and pour it in? How's that? Here, can you hold this part up? I'll straighten it out a bit. There you go, hold that up and I'll pour the dirt inside of it.
There's not enough right here.
You're right, we'll have to get more, huh?
Why is this called special dirt?
This is potting soil.
Why is it?
It has special things in it to keep it from getting smashed down really hard or from getting too wet. As I was just telling her, we just filled it with some potting mix so that it won't get too compacted or too wet. Yes.
Jenny was talking to me.
Hello, Jenny. Are you talking to me? Okay.
She was nodding.
Shall we start with the mint?
Yes.
Mint. Very strongly aromatic, which usually bugs don't like. This is chocolate mint. You smell it?
Can I smell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can smell it from here. You want to taste it? You can take a leaf and taste it. Does it taste like chocolate mint? All right, which side should I put it on? This side or that side?
This side. That side.
That side? Okay. Should we put the marigolds in the middle?
Yeah. Wait. Huh?
What you got in there?
Strawberry!
Find one?
Uh-huh. This one's still pink.
Yeah, that one wasn't ready yet. Here, there's one right here. You see it?
I got this one.
All right.
Can we taste them?
Yeah. Are they super yummy? Are they really sweet? Downside to homesteading with kids, you never get to taste the first of anything. Thank you.
Break, but I have a small break. I can better read this at the outside to go to the
Are you trying to clean the barn?
yeah.
Chicken coop? What a big helper. As you can see, the barn's a bit of a mess right now. It's kind of become a collection place for some things. So we need to go ahead and get this cleaned out before our goats come next week. Well, it's mostly cleaned up. These are heavier than they look, and I'm not sure where Mike wants them. Because, well, I'll share with you the fence drawing in a minute. And then same with these. Just, I think Mike just put it in here to keep it dry for next time we have a bonfire, but now it needs a new home. So I might move it to the garage if I can find a spot for it. But other than that, it's all cleared out now. Just need to get some straw in here, hay feeder, all the other things, and most importantly, the goats. Okay, so this is the back corner of the yard. There's the barn, obviously, and this is where our goat pasture is gonna be. But see these dead trees back here? There's a third one in there somewhere. There's actually 3 of them, and they need to come down because if they fall, it will either hit our fence or our barn, or possibly go the other way and hit the neighbor's beehives. Neither of which are a good scenario. They are on the outside of the fence, on the neighbor's side of the fence, but when he had his tree guy over here the other week, apparently the only way they can get to them is from our side with a bucket truck. So, and this time of year is just too wet to get a bucket truck into our yard without it sinking and getting stuck, which would not be good. We know how bad things get stuck in our yard. So he can't do that until the ground is dry, which probably means closer to July, which means we cannot put up our fence yet until that happens. So thankfully our little goaties are just that, little. So we're going to be putting up a temporary structure in front of the barn to kind of house them and give them a smaller area until we can get to the fence. So I need to start carrying that over here so we can get it put up. Feel free to ignore my obstacle course of a porch over here. Real life, right? So, yeah. Anyways, tape us off. I think it's the first for me, but I'm going to use it along with this wood that I found in the garage. Just scraps left over from projects, because we're going to be making a hay feeder for the goats. Now, if I were to buy a hay feeder, they're like $150, $200. Which is kind of ridiculous for what it is. So instead I'm going to make one for much cheaper. So just got this scrap wood. I'm going to use a little bit of the leftover fencing from the garden, and hopefully it works well. I already went through yesterday and marked my pieces and my cut lines, my measurements and everything. So hopefully this will go really fast. I still have all 10 fingers. I have a lot of helpers. Here's hoping they don't knock down the camera. Okay. I don't know if I'll be able to keep sitting in this chair, but it's kind of nice for the moment. Alright, this is where we're going to be putting the hay feeder between these two studs. I found that the stud spacing is not equal. So I had to like pick and choose which stud I was going to put this on. This one's wider than this one, probably because this is a double stud here, so that cut into the space a little bit. But this one's a little bit wider, so I'm going to put it right here, I think. And yeah. Let's see if my plan on paper comes out in real life. And your husband's from an HVAC background. You find you have a whole lot of sheet metal screws, but not very many wood screws. The battery's dead. Okay. Pause for new battery. Take 2. Hopefully I grabbed the right battery. He has a system. I don't necessarily know what it is. Yeah. I got the system backwards. Take 3. Okay. This one I took off of the charger, so it absolutely better be charged. Okay, good. Now I just gotta get this up, like so. And then there's a tray. We're gonna put a tray down here to catch the hay that falls while they're eating, because goats are picky. If the hay falls on the floor, they won't eat it. So they waste a lot of hay that way. So we're gonna put a tray underneath to at least catch some of it that they'll hopefully still eat. So let's get this tacked up.
You'll have to put the hay in here so I can throw it in there with this.
There we go. We have a hay cradle. The joys of having a swampy yard in spring. You get to make a lot of trips. Now it's gonna smell like barn in here. Oh, hi sunshine.
How is the ghost going to eat it? Mom, how is the ghost going to eat it?
We'll take a little bit down and put it in the feeders. So that's all for now.
Ripped the tired?
Yep. I need to work out more. So this door here that Muddy Britches is playing with, I'm gonna... Thank you for interrupting, Red. Thank you. Anyways, I'm gonna put some polyacrylic on here. We have kind of racked our brains about the best thing to do here for this door because goats really do not like rain. So they need a way to get out of the weather. But as you can see, there's really not much space between the door and the roof to put like an overhang or anything. So I don't know. We just haven't been able to come up with a better idea. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some polyacrylic on here to protect from the weather a little bit and then hope that's good until we come up with a better solution. Alright, one coat down. We'll come back in a few hours and do another. I'll probably do 3 just to be safe and make sure it's like really waterproof, especially with this like chipboard, making sure we get in all the little cracks and crevices. So it's getting there. Hopefully we'll get it done and it will be dry enough not to stick itself shut tonight. Project number 1 of the day. What are you doing?
Barn improvements.
We're trying to make a rain catchment system to go up on this, what do you call this, ridge here that will catch the water, run it down and into the water trough for the goats so that I don't have to lug water all the time. You got Josephine? Ran inside to make bread and he installed a solar panel before I got back. Aren't you handy?
I try.
Now the only problem with this, it's another light just like we have for the chickens. But the cord is not as long as it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be 16 feet, which would have gotten it almost to the opposite end of the barn, but it's not. I'll show you. This is the cord. Come from that back corner over there, but it only got like this far, which is like less than 10 feet. So we're having to order an extension before we can get that mounted. But yeah, that'll give us light for the goat side of the barn. All right, we're getting back to this temporary fencing here that we're gonna be putting up around the front of the barn for the baby goaties, now that I have a helper. So we're gonna put some T-posts right up next to the barn just to kind of stabilize it a little bit. Like I said, it's temporary, so it doesn't have to be like, you know, fixed to the barn or anything. But we're gonna try to get this up so that we'll be ready for goaties. You can see we flipped this upside down because this bar here is completely rusted out, and like we got this from our friends and they had, you know, tried to fix it with the chicken wire, which is fine, but now it's, yeah, a pokey rusty mess. So we'll worry about fixing that long term later. For now it works. We did see one other issue though, a little gappy right here. So we're just gonna swivel these hinges a little bit to lessen the gap and then drop it down. Should be an easy fix.
Pick it up and pull that way.
Pick it up.
Like here, just like.
Oh. Ta-da! Smaller gaps.
I want to see the picture. I want to see.
What is making that noise back there? Where are we taking the goats?
Ah!
Are you excited?
Yeah!